Hello, good morning everybody, welcome back to Subsistence. We're starting early this morning. The sun is not quite up yet, it's just about to rise, as you can tell by the red sky. Thought I'd make an early start. These onions are ready and we badly need them because I'm hungry and we don't have much food, or at least not much decent food. So I'm going to have to replant those, unfortunately. I'd really like to not, but one more. Yeah, speculate to accumulate and all that. So get those kicked off again. And noticed everything is out of fertilizer, so I thought I would fill that one to the top, and then we've got a little bit surplus. I'll just chuck that in that one. So that takes the pressure off on the onions at least. Here comes the sunrise. Beautiful. So now we can actually get on with, I think we have 3 livers in here. Yes. So we can actually get on with some decent meals. Actually, no. Before I do that, let me cancel. I'll just do the one for now. We've got some anyway. Yes, before I do that, I want to get down the stairs. There. I have built up the power and mass because we were going to make a diving station, and I've just used some of the power. So let's just replace that very quickly. And in this empty crate here, I have put the necessary stuff to be able to make it. So we've just got to wait for that bit of power to come back. Here it comes. There. I'll give myself a little bit of surplus so that the fridge doesn't switch off. Useful. And you'll notice I've got a hammer, some nails and a grub. That's all to go down to the Looters Roost. We'll get those repairs done on that. Obviously I can collect wood when I'm down there, so not too worried about that. Now, this diving station, I've given a bit of thought. Originally I thought, oh, what a good idea, I'll put it in the Looters Roost. It's close to the lake and, you know, as you do. But I think that would be a silly idea, because to make the oxygen bottles, I need zinc and cordage. Cordage isn't so much of a problem, I could store that down there, but the zinc has to be refined up here. And I don't want to start having to refine stuff down there as well. I think that would just be silly. Now I could just take a stack of zinc down there, but I don't think there's any need. I can store the diving gear and any bottles down there if I want to have it closer to the lake. I think it would be a waste just to fit this down there. I think it would just be a waste. So I'm going to put it there. I think that's a good place for it. This is our workshop after all. So next thing we need is the diving gear. So we're going to have to wait for power and mass to come back up. It's not too bad, the diving gear. It's just the padded cloth that hurts. So there's no point doing that just yet. We are going to need 3 rope, and we have got plenty of sinew, so that's not a problem. So I think we'll go out and do a bit of stuff today. More looting and all the usual. I've topped the fire up, we've done the garden, and we've cooked our breakfast, which is there. I can get it out, thank you. So we don't really need the veggies, but I don't really have anything else. It's protein that I need more than anything, so we'll eat it anyway. And a couple of rabbits. So what we really need is more livers. That's becoming apparent. Actually I'll just have I'm going to top myself off completely and then don't have to worry about it for a little while. Yeah, so, oh, okay. We won't be going out just yet then. Cheeky. This must be a range attack because I don't think... Okay, it's different. I don't think we're due attacks today. Oh, come on. don't know why that's not hitting him. Shoot me in the head. Shoot you in the head. Just a 3, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably a revenge attack from all the stuff we got up to in the last episode. This is, of course, the morning after, so I'm not really surprised. It would have been kind of nice not to have had one just as I was about to go out the door, but yeah, well, yeah, that's the way it goes. Okay, I think also, because I haven't had time to make any ammo yet, I'm going to swap over to that one, which badly needs repairing, and take some spare rounds with me. And that's those, I think. Everything else is kind of okay. Right, let's try that again. See if we're going to have any other revenge attacks. Now, it would be kind of nice, as we know that was Charlie, to go and attack them. But, having just used all my power and mass, I've got no way of making a breaching charge. And there was only 3 of them. There'll be at least 2 more at the base, and then 2 or 3 more will spawn when I break into the base. Oops. So I don't think at the moment we're ready. It would be really nice. They might have padded cloth, all sorts of other lovely stuff. But I'm going to have to try and resist the temptation. Right. Sorry, I had to think about that. Yeah, it's always very, very tempting because we've just killed 3 of them. The attack would be relatively easy, you know, compared to not having killed any of them. Obviously, it's 3 people easier. But I think things like that, especially Charlie, I like to prepare for it and make sure I've got the stuff that I need. I mean, there are 3 doors inside the base, and with all the will in the world, I don't think I've got time to get through 3 doors with a pickaxe, or should I say 6 pickaxes, because that's what it would take. I would much rather use Molotovs or grenades. Haven't got any, so that will have to wait. Right, we do have a little bit of wood in here. Let me just get these repairs done, lest we get attacked again. Those. Ooh. Even damaged my fire. I don't think I've ever had a fire damage before. So I might end up having to reinforce this Looters Roost. Might have to put some alloy sheets on it. Don't really want to. But if it's going to keep getting attacked like this, everything's getting damaged. So I think we might have to. Ooh, okay. How's everything else doing? Haven't really got any fertilizer for them. Right, that'll have to do. So we're going to leave this hammer down here, and I'll leave the nails down here as well. The wood belongs here anyway. No point in leaving the cordage. The water's all full. Yeah, I think we're good. These should be okay. Yes. Grow up fast, chickens, I need you. Ooh, plenty of power now. So we might as well convert that into mass. And just keep on doing that. That makes sense. Right, let me just check for pearls. And kelp. Yes, thank you for your comment reminding me that grubs and kelp can be used for chickens. I did post a reply for you. Generally I like to keep the kelp for mass because getting 3 mass for a piece of kelp seems like a really good deal for me. So I try not to use it for I have used it for chickens, but I try not to. And the grubs, of course, that's fine. If you've got hundreds and hundreds of them because you've been collecting them all through the game, that's something you can do. The problem is I don't want to have to rely on feeding them grubs because best will in the world I can only get maybe 10 in a day, perhaps 12, going around all the grub trees, and that's not going to be enough. So it's not a sustainable way of continuously feeding the animals. I'd rather have some way that I can continue to do on a regular basis, and for me that's, well, at the moment that's carrots. Normally it would be tomatoes, but carrots seems to be the obvious choice. And why do I normally use tomatoes? Well, because tomatoes give them water as well, so you don't have to give them as much water. Ooh, hello moose. Ooh, should have brought my double barrel. Obviously, with the old guy's suggestion of putting the Looters Roost where it is... Oh, hello bear. I don't need to worry about water. I have plenty. We're right next to a big puddle. So carrots are a pretty good alternative. I'm going to go over to say hello to Charlie. Yeah, I don't even have to purify the water before we use it. Go on, go and say hello to Charlie. You know, I can just chuck it in straight out of the lake. Oh, he's got frightened away. Come on, moose. Don't be frightened. They're friendly, honest. No. I don't know if something's changed with the programming of those, but they don't seem very willing to go anywhere near hunters anymore. Even if you directly frighten them at them, they seem to veer off. Ooh, lots of builder crates. So, how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Longer than I would normally do. Sort of a 3-day well, loot fest really, with interruptions. I decided to give it a go at that sort of length because, for one thing, it makes it easier for me. As you know, when you put down a game and you don't pick it up for a day or two, you kind of lose track of, you know, you lose the flow. You lose track of where you were and what you were doing and what you were planning. By doing 3 days contiguously, it enabled me to keep a better track of, you know, what I was doing, and hopefully that showed in the video as if one day flowed into the next. I generally wouldn't do them that long, reasons I've explained before. The upload time for a video of that length is enormous. So essentially I put it on, I go to bed. When I get up in the morning, it's uploaded. I have no idea how long it takes, but I'm guessing about 5 hours. So, yeah, it's a bit long really. So I do try and keep them to around 30 to 35 minutes. But I figured the occasional extra long episode is kind of a surprise and hopefully an enjoyable one. You're waking up in the morning with a nice big mug of coffee, and you've got a nice video to put on. Kind of, we all like to have what people here call a duvet day, where you just snuggle up under a blanket and watch telly or something. So that's kind of what the plan of that was. Not seeing many pearls, unfortunately. There's one there, should be able to get. But hopefully we'll have the diving gear soon. Soonish. And then it won't matter how deep they are then. Oh, this is a bit deep actually. Grab it and get straight back up. Yeah, one spawned over there. So, looks like a lovely day. I don't know how long it's going to last. There are a few clouds in the sky, so it might rain later on. I'll keep my fingers crossed that it doesn't. We're doing 4. Got to reload that. Get that done before we forget again. Some rogues hiding up on the bank up there. Look of it. So I don't want to spend all day pearl diving, but I was hoping to get a few. It's something we're desperately short of. Shame you don't get better stuff off rogues. All seems like such a waste. You have to kind of kill them with a bow and arrow to make it worthwhile. You start using expensive ammo on them, it rapidly diminishes the anything good that you do get. Bother going for a piece of kelp, risking annoying them. I don't think I would, I think they're far enough away, but truth be told, I can't be bothered to swim all the way over there just for a piece of kelp. This is a bit deep, this one, but I think we're okay. I've done it here before. Yeah, that's 8, 9, so we're going to take health hits. Shouldn't be too bad. 3 or 4 maybe. Five. I think that's because I missed on the first swing. Normally I would get it the first hit and obviously be down there not as long. I misjudged it. I have a nice place for a base on that island, but I think everyone that I've ever known that's built a base on that island has always ended up having to build a bridge across to the mainland because it just gets so tedious. Like every day when you want to go out looting, the first thing you have to do is swim. Well, that's not so bad normally, like on a day like today, but when the weather gets cold, that makes it really difficult to get out and about because the minute you leave the base you've got to get wet. You know, even in the middle of winter. And wet takes off 4 degrees, or 5 if you play hardcore. So I know my old friend Crimstick tried it, and made quite a good little series out of it, but he was telling me that it was just such a nuisance, always having to swim. And the only alternative is, of course, to wait for the water to freeze so that you can walk out, or build a bridge. Neither way... Oh, there's some pearls. Neither way is very practical. Oh, don't despawn. Whatever you do, don't despawn. I need you. I like the kelp as well. Should be able to get another one, I think. Ooh, just about. Oh, that was a nice little group, wasn't it? Wouldn't mind finding a few more groups like that. Okay, I think that's enough pearl diving. We've got 11, well, 12 would be better. I'm not sure if I don't already have one back at the base. So, I think I'll stop there and I'll try and get a little bit of looting done and follow the sun around. Ooh, nice. You can see the other one there hiding behind the corner. I bet that's the same one. I think I am going to have to collect the zinc. We know we're going to be using it for alloy sheets and oxygen bottles, so I think I'm going to have to start collecting some of that. Some shooting going on over there somewhere. Yeah, just see rogues in the distance there. Not sure what they're shooting, but obviously some animal around there somewhere. They're running all over the place, aren't they? Right, there are a couple of crates over here. That sounds like it's getting closer. Yeah, have you got any livers, please? I could do with some livers. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Oh, go away, bear. Unfortunately, an arrow and a shotgun isn't enough for that bear. I saw another crate somewhere. Weird, must have despawned. Was it that tree looking this way? Nope, no sign of it. Not really sure what the rogues were shooting at, but whatever it was, it took them a while to deal with it. I suppose they do only have pistols. So, oh, okay, must be another revenge attack then. I was going to stop and have a look and see how many hunters we could see at Charlie after having killed the 3 this morning. But as I'm not a million miles away from home, I think it would be sensible to at least try and distract them away from the base. Looks like 2. Oh, you've seen me already. Okay. Again, I'll try not to use a bandage, but if I need to, I have got them. Oh, copper just exploded off the rock. I wonder what it was. Okay, hopefully they didn't do any damage or of any consequence. Yeah, I have got 1, so I've got an even number. That's kind of what I wanted to do. All these away in there, and those in there. We're collecting grubs again, aren't we? And stock those back up. Still good on those. Those go upstairs. Lovely. How are we doing on power? Oh, I left the generators running, didn't I? Cool. Okay. I'm not sure what I've done to deserve all this attention, but no, don't want you shooting me from that range, mate. If you're going to shoot an arrow in my roof, could you at least let it not break? That'd be kind of nice, thank you. Where are you? I hear the arrows hitting and I can hear the footsteps. I can't see anyone. Where are you? I think unfortunately that guy's come around this side. Oh, make up your mind. That guy's running away. That's fine by me. Okay. Well, we'll just restock the ammo that we've just restocked. The last 6 of those as well. I'm going to have to make a load more, unfortunately, because we're running out of everything useful. So that's something that's the thing. I mean, that's what it's there for. It's just, I don't generally like crafting ammo. It just takes so long. You know, I mean, that's going to take, well, ages. But if you need it, you need it. Right, let's put this away in here. And there, grab the fuel brick. Before that goes out. Right. Where was I? Oh yes, I was in the middle of power, wasn't I? Just grab another one of those while I'm here. Yes, I left the generators running this morning. I'm not sure if I heard them or not. Normally I can hear them whirring, but I don't think I did that time, so that's why they got left on. But that's okay because they tripped out at 2000, so we didn't waste all of it. And we needed 120 mass. So I think what I will do is I'm going to use that for 20 mass, I think. We'll save the kelp, so there's not that much of it. I think we can use these as well, not sure. Yeah, but you only get half the mass back, so 7 gives 3.5. Not as good as kelp. Yeah, so we'll get 120 of that, and then we're going to need 5 of these. We've got 1. And this is why I don't like having to craft ammo, because now I want to make some other stuff. And I can't because my queue is already taken up. So what I will do is I will chuck that in there. And then we'll redo it. But before I do that, we also need some of these. Okay, now we'll do it. That one. Okay, so 117. Yeah, it doesn't use, I mean it does use a lot of power, there's no doubt about it, but once you get a decent stock of power up, using the mass fabricator isn't as bad as you think. It's only a real pain when you've only got 500 cap, because it just goes to 500 power so quickly. And beautiful moon tonight. Right, let's go and get those bags before they despawn. And where was the other one? Yeah. Always worth it for the ammo. Okay. Goes in there. And I just picked that up, didn't I? I did put one on the fire upstairs, didn't I? Sure I did. Yeah. So just pick that up. Okay, so we've got 3 and 5 and 120 mass. And what we need now is 2 plates. Perfect. So that's another milestone really. We just need to let the mass come back now so I can make some bottles. Generally I'm very careful about going down the caves with only 1 diving gear. I would always put down a forward operating base in the cave so that when I get there I can leave my diving gear somewhere safe. But you have to be a bit careful obviously, because if you die while you're down there you can't get back down there unless you've got a spare diving gear. So it doesn't matter so much if you put it away safe in a crate, because as and when you get the resources then obviously you go down and get it. But if you don't put a crate down there and somewhere to store it, then you can't get back down there in order to rescue your bag. It will despawn and it'll be lost. So that's something to be aware of. Right, it's night time. I think is that a wolf or a cougar? Must be a wolf. I'm going to wait the night out and bring you back in the morning. Good morning everybody, and welcome back. So, yet another attack. Not quite sure what's going on. Didn't think I'd upset anybody yesterday. But apparently they've decided they don't like me. Ow. Must have just got a shot in before I killed him. Oh, no, there is another one. I thought there was. Ah, there you are. Thank you. I'll take that. So, I was trying to do a beautiful sunrise for you, with some amusing or entertaining or just generally very nice music in the background, and I got interrupted, as you saw. So, I haven't done anything, obviously just waited the night out. It was a very beautiful night, and you can see the lights of the fishermen wandering around. I hope you get to see that in the sort of speeded up version. But yeah, other than that, well, that was the most interesting thing that's happened. So today, attacks aside, I thought I would try and just do something with the ooh, nothing to go in there. The Looters Roost. I have a kind of idea. Don't need all that on me, do I? And spare one of those and take that with us. So, more shooting. Wow. These hunters and things are active, aren't they? Yeah, I want to try and get a little wooden ceiling in to cover the gap that we're left. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work with the curved wall. I've never really tried it on the outside of a curved wall, but we'll have to see. So to do it, I thought I would lift that up to its normal half height position, and that should enable us to put a wooden wall in, but I don't know whether we need a quarter or a half to cover that gap. We'll definitely need one of these, or actually no, a quarter one would do, for the front end of it. So, do we go? I think we'll have to go for a half wall. I think that'll do it. So that's that done, and then I wanted to put some railings in, but I want to leave a gap so that obviously we can fish from it. So we need to be able to get onto it, and we need to be able to fish off the front of it. So I think probably just wow, am I still bleeding? Oh, I'm hungry, that's what it is. Yeah, so I think where are we? 4 and 2. I think just one of those, at least for now, should be enough. Right, let's get some food before we die of starvation, because we're already low on health. Just check if I haven't left anything in there. Again, not really got much I can eat, so I'm going to have to spend some power doing some cooking at some point, I think. That as well. And a couple of berries, so need all those. Just the one will do it. And I didn't fill that up from yesterday, so let's go and do that now. I could go out the back door and do it there, but I don't actually know where the cougar is, so I just thought it'd be safer to do this one. Put that on. And we better top that up as well, because I don't know how long I'm going to be out. That'll do. Okay, so hopefully that's the end of the attacks for now. I'm kind of losing track of which is the attack day, because obviously with having revenge attacks and things as well, it kind of confuses the issue. So I no longer know exactly which attack day is and which are supposed to be the 2 quiet days, which makes life interesting. But as with rogues, I just tend to deal with it as it happens. I don't think you can... Well, I suppose you can look at the map overnight, see where the rogues are, and I suppose you could work around it. But I always like to think of it as a pleasant surprise. And the same with the base attacks. It just comes as a pleasant surprise. Oh, I'm under attack. Let's go deal with it. Right. First things first. We can put those straight in there. We can put that on here. I suppose I could get away with another half a one as well. If I fished from here, we could have another half one there. But I won't do that just yet. I haven't got the stuff with me yet. So it was a full one that we needed for there. And it's going that high. And then this one, we'll do that one first. Should go on there, and then this one, kind of hoping. Yeah, see, it does unfortunately stick through. Not a lot I can do about that. And we do have a hole. Not a lot I can do about that either. So we'll have to consider this is a shelf for a plant pot. We'll put a potted plant on there, maybe a nice fern or something. We could put the generator under it, I suppose. I don't know, I'll maybe have to think of... I could perhaps, if I boxed it in, that would cover up the hole on the other side. I'll have to try and think of what I could use that for. Not really big enough to put anything in it. You could use a generator, but it would stick out the other side as well. So I'll have a think about that. Maybe come up with some ingenious idea for it. Anyway, right, these guys need sorting out. The wood can stay in here. Don't need that. And yes. They're going to be on tomatoes, I think. And say I could use the grubs, but I'm going to kind of keep those for an emergency. I'm not currently doing any fishing, but it doesn't mean I won't be. Ooh, okay. Those tomatoes aren't going to last very long at that rate, are they? Perfect. 94, 96. That'll do nicely. So that can go back in there. We'll refill these two. And might as well get those cooked. I'm going to leave those here for now as well. Not too worried about the scrap and things. Just in case I die, I don't want to lose the eggs. Oh, be more eggs now as well. Yeah, the eggs are crucially important to me at the moment, so I'll leave them there where they're safe. Okay, so where should we go today? Kind of like to go in different routes every day. It gets a bit boring if you're just doing the same route all the time. We need to wait for the power and mass, and I should have checked the power and mass in the Looters Roost as well. Never mind. So I don't have a lockpick yet. Again, there's been far too many other things that I wanted to build. Once we get things built and the power and mass is just going to go to waste if I don't use it, then I'll start just producing lockpicks all the time. We're going to have to do some refining before we can get to that stage. I also want to take you guys up on your suggestion of making a drill. Now, I know I said at the beginning of the game I can chop it with a pickaxe probably as fast, if not faster, than a drill works. And that's all very well at the start of the game, and it is very true. But we're not at the start of the game anymore. We're kind of mid-game, so I think a drill would help enormously just to have it churning away in the background. And we're not far off being able to get down the caves where I can get some crystal to upgrade it, and that means it will use, of course, less power. So, several reasons for going down that route. Oh, wolf. And deer. Oh, moved just as I fired. Now it's stuck on a tree. Okay, this is going to be guesswork. Kind of moving randomly, isn't it? Oh, there we go. I'm sure we'll catch up with him in a minute. Oh, too late. Already frightened him away. Can we kill the bear though? Yes, we can. So always take the deer first, because that will despawn very, very quickly. Because we didn't kill it. So, him first. And I knew I could take the bear as soon as I saw the hit points, because 140 is an arrow and a shotgun with some to spare. So knowing the hit points, knowing what damage these things do is a huge bonus. Where'd he go? Ah. Nice, getting some rifle rounds in. Okay, just going to wash my hands and a quick check for any pearls. Shouldn't be any hunters here, I'd be surprised if there were. Oh, of course you always get rogues, but this time of the day, sort of midday, you don't usually see fishermen. Always have the kelp. No such thing as not needing it. It's like, oh, I won't bother getting the kelp, I don't need it. No, that doesn't exist. You need the kelp. Come on, let me out. Thank you. That is iron, but actually it's very dark. Probably because it's in the shadow, but usually when they're that black it turns out to be potassium. Medicinal seed, just what we needed. Oops, yes. Just scouring the area because I've got 2 bags from here, so usually you get them in 3s. But, not seeing a third. It may have been one that I've already picked up. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to go across, well, basically follow this path around and head back via Twin Rocks area. I also do need to start shooting some more rabbits. Handy to have in the fridge for topping off meals. Big meals are all very well and good, but you have to be quite hungry to eat them. If you just filled yourself up and you're just that little bit short, kind of handy to have rabbits and chickens, but particularly I like rabbits. Got other plans for the chickens. Any of you who watched my snowfall playthrough, the snowfall challenge, will remember this rock. This is where I located myself to survive the 10 days of winter. Just on the top here. In hindsight, it probably wasn't a good idea because obviously the higher you go, the colder you get. But I wanted to be up somewhere where predators would find it difficult to get. I don't think predators can get on this rock at all, because I have problems. It's got quite steep sides all the way round, so you know you can't jump up anywhere around here. The only way of getting up is on the end there. That's iron. So that was kind of why I chose this rock, plus the fact that the valley is the warmest part of the entire map. You're at the lowest point, and you've got the little pond there. Not that I was able to use that in the challenge, but so there were lots of reasons why I chose this particular rock. It was very evident actually on some of the days where I really had to get out to get food and things. As soon as I started to come up any kind of elevation up the banks here, I was too cold. I had to go back. But that was a lot of fun. If you haven't watched it, I recommend you go search my channel, find the Snowfall Challenge, and maybe play along, maybe have a go at it. It was difficult. In case you haven't heard of it, I'll just let you know very quickly. It was essentially survive 10 days. I think it was 90 days per year, so 5 days per month. And the starting month is December. So you have to start your game off in December and survive December and January from scratch. So you've not even got a t-shirt when you start. So you've got to quickly get all the stuff that you can to upgrade to get and upgrade your clothing, just to stand any chance of surviving through the snowstorms and the bitter cold. But yeah. Was a lot of fun. I wasn't going to come this way, but I can see a couple of crates. I'll get this one first. Oh, okay. Might as well have been a builder crate, wouldn't it? On the rock there. Might as well have them. That looks like potassium to me. Not seeing any crates that want to attract me over in that direction. There are plenty of wolves that want to send me a different way. Not a lot. I like to try and find another crate if I find one, and sort of spend a minute just looking around the area, see if I can find a second. Because now a straight line from where I was up there to here should give me another crate, and if it's not down here then it's the other end. So the two that I got were kind of one end of a 3 crate string, if you know what I mean. I'm not seeing a third down here. So it may be that I missed it, or it may not have spawned. I think sometimes if it's trying to spawn it in an area where it realises it can't, you know, such as behind a rock or over a fence or whatever, then sometimes you would only get 1 or 2 crates spawn, but usually they come in 3s. Not this time. Oh, no, there it is. So that's almost certainly a straight line down from there. So that would be the third one. Useful trick. Now, can we jump to this one? Yes, we can. Okay, time to start heading back, I think. Sun started to drop. And as we know, once it starts, it goes very quickly. Always know when it's time to start heading back because my stamina starts dropping. Now is the time to watch out for fishermen as well, so it's a little bit early yet, but so keep my eye open just in case. And there goes the stamina. I wasn't going to come through the lake, but as I've got no stamina I might as well. You don't need stamina to swim. One more piece here. I know I could be picking up the sandstone, but as I say, I've never had a problem finding sandstone. It's usually all over the place. When we need it, we'll get it. Okay. So you can have that. Put those in there. Collect the eggs. And I don't think I need to leave anything else here. Exactly 18 nails, rounded off nicely to 300. That was kind of good. I've left cordage and things for fishing, so I suppose could leave some more. And I definitely don't need it up at the other base, so I'll leave that here. I'll keep the potato. That's useful. Yeah, I think everything else can go back up anyway. So just wait for that water. 210, so we might as well keep converting into mass, and then when the mass gets full, whatever power we've got, and that should enable me then should enable me then to get this upgraded. I don't think I can I still can't quite get on there. It's a shame. But I can do it the cheaty way. If I move this, I think that will allow me to get up there. And I don't actually mind doing that, because once I've upgraded it, apart from the possibility of maybe wanting to put more solar panels up, yeah, 120 and 80, so 90 mass, so yeah, we'll have to let that go up. But I'm trying to remember what I need. I mean, we're going to need crystal for that one anyway, but yeah, once it's upgraded I might need to occasionally put another one up there, but yeah, I'm not going to go to all the trouble of building a special set of steps. It's not really easy to do, because I would have to put another sort of quarter panel in a little bit higher, just to give me a step, and then that's going to stick into the room even further, so be a little bit careful how I do that. Right, Chookies, how are you doing? More eggs, lovely. You're going through the water again, but, well, I'll forgive you of that. We can put the biofuel in there. Ooh, nice, 43. Okay, I'm going to extinguish that, because maybe I shouldn't have done actually. Wood is easy to get, and we need the ash. Maybe I should have left it lit. I think that's possibly something I'll do over the next few days. And start leaving that fire going all the time. Yes, level 5. Plenty of that. Good. Okay, I think we can leave them to do their thing. Go and drop this lot off. Just starting to lose the light now. I know it's always a bit darker for you guys on YouTube, especially when I'm running into the sun, or the sunset. But it's not too bad for me. I can still see what I need to see. Okay, how are we doing? Yes, lovely. So let's put this away first, lest we forget. And I think that's all good. Those go in there. Those add to our collection in there. Those go... oh, that goes in there as well. Goes in there. A couple of those short. Oh, I brought the biofuel up. I meant to leave that down there, didn't I? That's okay. We'll drop that back down in the morning. And that all goes upstairs anyway. There, please. Thank you. Good. Right. We are pretty much back to status quo. Quite a successful day, I think. Couple more steaks. I really need to concentrate on trying to find some livers. But we have got some liver and onions. So we have got enough for 3 of those. And that can go in there, and those can cook. And we can put those with the other 31 that we had. Okay, so next thing I wanted to do just before I do finish for the day is we need to get some oxygen bottles going. And they're quite expensive on zinc. They require 8 zinc each. 20 mass, but 8 zinc each. So I'm going to make all 5 that I can make with the mass that I've got. And that should be enough to last me for a good pearl diving session and a trip or 2 down to the caves. I don't go through much of it. I try to not use much. I don't know why particularly. That's just the way I play. So yeah, that should keep us going for a while. Now that we've used all that mass, we can just start letting that mass build up now, and converting it into lockpicks and things. At some point I will make a concerted attempt, once we've made some more circuit boards, to get the drill going, but I won't really be using it much until I've been down the caves and got some crystal. And obviously once we get the crystal, then one of the first things to do is to upgrade that solar panel down at the Looters Roost, which is why I'm currently building up mass towards that end. Anyway, I think that's everything for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed tagging along, and some of the sights that we saw. And look after yourselves. Most importantly, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.